Hey everybody, this is Dean DeCosta. Today we're talking a new site called Acquired By. That's acquiredby.co. And basically, it's a site that can tell you what companies were acquired by whom. Now, this is important for competitive intelligence, stuff like that. And the reason for that is quite simple. Most of the time, when a company is acquired, there is a point where the two companies integrate with each other, and then jobs end up getting combined. So some people are looking for new jobs. Other times, it's because people that are working for the company that got acquired don't want to work for the new parent company, so they will go ahead and start looking. So this gives us an idea. It can also give us an idea of what our competitors are starting to do. So in this case, we're going to look at Cycle Computing, which it was acquired by Microsoft about 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago in that area. And as you can see, we got Cycle Computing. We did this. I've already done a search for Cycle Computing in LinkedIn. So here's what we got. There's 29 employees on LinkedIn. So guess what? You now have a built-in place to search for people because you know they're all probably going to be looking or possibly looking anyway. Maybe not the more senior people like the VP, but these other software engineers might be starting to look saying, you know what, don't really want to work for Microsoft, or you know what, my job's being combined, or whatever. Um, and so you have a built-in place to start searching for people. And of course, you have LinkedIn right there with people. Now, you can also do a Google search on them. You get more info on them. You could search in Facebook and try to find people who work for them. You can do all sorts of neat stuff. But the point is, it gives you a place to get to do some competitive intelligence and find out what's going on. If your hiring manager says, "I want people from this company," well, this company just got acquired by this company or whatever. Or I want cloud computing, people who are working for cloud computing companies. You could sit here and you can go ahead and search for companies who are cloud computing, obviously. But here you could search for companies who are cloud computing companies who were acquired, which means there's a better chance those people are looking. If I just type in the word cloud, we'll see what we get out of it. I have no clue. I haven't done this particular search before. Look at that. We get all these companies that are cloud-based companies with cloud in their name, which means they're a cloud-based company probably, that have been acquired recently. If we go back, there's other things we can do. You can do an email, which means it'll subscribe and it'll send you when there's a new acquisition, but those are hard to keep up with. I'd rather go here and search. And then you can also search by company, year, and price. So you can get all sorts of ideas. Let's see, you can search Apple. Now, obviously, it's not Apple's acquired, it's who Apple has acquired. They've acquired 83 companies. I don't know how many since 2000 in 2017, but looking at it right here, basically from this point up, so they've acquired 4 companies so far this year. And you can see this is an augmented reality. This is an artificial intelligence, hardware, software, navigation, automation. These two are related. Augmented reality, artificial intelligence, slightly related. Hardware, it's hardware. Software, automation, indoor navigation. Well, that gives you an idea where Apple's come from. If we go down even further, you get an idea of some of the other companies that they've targeted. You don't always know how much they paid, but sometimes you do. But this gives you an idea. But it also gives you an idea of companies to target. This one was back in June. Anybody working for them right now has been in the Apple community long enough to know if they like it or not and might be looking. So maybe not. I mean, not everybody. A lot of people like Apple. You know, everybody to their own. But I'm just saying. So that's an example. And of course, this is alphabetical. You can look up the name. You can look up the year. You can look at price. Price to me, for what we do, who gives a flip? Company and year. Now that's important. The only way price becomes good is if your company is thinking about acquiring. If you guys got a company that you're looking at and you like the people from them, there's only 40 or 50, and you're like, let's just acquire them. This will give you an idea what similar companies might be costing, so you'll have a rough idea what to expect. Other than that, I don't see how that's really going to help you a whole lot. We can go to Microsoft and see what they've done. They've done a lot, LinkedIn, all that. Matter of fact, let's do LinkedIn. Let's open up that bad boy and see who LinkedIn's acquired, which we kind of already know several of them, but not all of them. So you got Heighten, it's the most recent on June, Point Drive, ConnectFire, we knew about FlipTop, Lynda. Um, Come down here, somewhere down here, there's a few others that it's not reportive, SlideShare, we knew about them, Connected, MSpoke. Interesting enough, you also get to see when's the last time they made an acquisition. They haven't made an acquisition since June. That's good to know. It's interesting to know that they haven't. Now, of course, we know they were acquired. So that might be part of the problem. I think, if I'm not mistaken, they were acquired. Not. Let's find out when they were actually acquired. They made their last acquisition in June. So this is how the competitive intelligence work. We know Microsoft acquired them because we've heard that. So let's see when Microsoft acquired them. Because this will tell us something. Let's see. LinkedIn was acquired in December. So they were still allowed to make acquisitions even after they were acquired. So that's good to know. because that tells you where Microsoft's head is. They're like, hey, we're acquiring you, but we're going to let you do your thing still. That's at that time. That doesn't mean it won't change, but at the time, that's what they're saying. They're saying we're going to allow you to keep doing your thing and acquiring companies, even though we acquired you. Sometimes when a company gets acquired, you don't see any more acquisitions. And that's important. That's usually a hint that that company is going to get totally integrated into the parent company and not be a separate entity. In this case, right now anyway, LinkedIn is still a separate company. They're being allowed to acquire and kind of do their own thing. Parts of it's probably been integrated, but not all of it. So there's some information you can learn from this. Great competitive intelligence tool, definitely can help you, especially with targeting companies and targeting companies that have been recently acquired. Because let's get real, if I remember correctly, the estimate is usually anywhere from 45 to 65% of people of a company acquired start looking. Doesn't mean they leave, but they do start looking, and that's important. 65% is a big number. So that's it. This is acquiredby.co, and this is Dean DaCosta.